Okay, so an update on this car. We are had a couple things done to it. This is our 2013 E350 4MATIC station wagon, all that. So I remember I told you about these front covers, cam covers that house all of the electronics and cam modification doodads. Here's one here, here's the cap and stuff. Well, they've been resealed. I had that done. You can see there's the goop sticking out there. They were very generous with the goop. This one's done too. There's goop. And hopefully no more leaks from that. Also, I said something about the subframe. And how they have, some people have rusty subframes and they might need replacement. Well, I took this in for state inspection and guess what it needed? A subframe. So we're going to go there next. Okay, underneath the E350 4MATIC 2013 to show you the brand new subframe. See that nice shiny black thing up there? That's new. That looks like new hardware. Wow, look at it up there. Wow. Goes across. See, going across there. Goes across here. Shiny. Nice, very nice. Looks like it's a new arrangement up there. The dealership did it. There's a recall on it, not a recall, an extended warranty. And I took this in for inspection and he said, yeah, you're rusted out, you need a new one. So it didn't pass inspection until that was finished, so it just got finished. And I said, hey, what does it look like when they're rusted out? And he said, come on back here. And he took me back to the where they pile up their scrap and they rust out right here. And I mean, everything goes, boom, it's just gone. So you can see there's holes in it now so that it can't collect moisture or water, and hopefully it won't happen again. So that's what they do, but there you go. That's a whole new rear subframe. Let's see, I'll show you as much of it as I can here. Pretty neat. And they do a realignment when they do that. So you get four-wheel alignment, new subframe four-wheel alignment. Makes sense. And they did something up front too, which we will check on next. Something about steering rack bolts or something. I'm going to take a look. Well, heck. I went to look at the steering rack, see what was going up there, whatever they did. And as I was getting close, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to pull that cover off because I can't really see anything. And there, lo and behold, there's a drop of some sort of fluid. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yay. Hurrah. And boom. It's just, everything's wet here, right around this area. It's not wet above it, although it might be spraying out a little bit up there, but it's a mess. So, you know, I'm excited for the quality of the repair. Once again, we've gotten another lesson in why you got to do everything yourself. Anyway, so the other thing that they did, that we had done when the subframe was replaced, and the power steering rack was whatever they did, was I had the wood trim done. I took advantage of the Mercedes settlement, and this is all new. I'll try and put in a little snippet of the previous video to show what it looked like before. But now, also this is wood trim fades. The finish on it didn't keep the sun from fading it, so the stuff that's been exposed to the sun doesn't look as good. You can really see it when I pull this all the way out. You can really look at the difference between this and these pieces. No sun exposure and sun exposure. That really shows it. Now, it all looks very nice and even. Get that out of the way. All replaced. All pretty. I don't know if they do under there or not. Good question. Maybe. That looks pretty good. But, yeah. George. It comes in a kit. Boy, that looks good too. I'd have to say they did all of the, at least all of the top level wood. I don't know if they did these pieces under here, but they certainly did all the pieces up top. That one looks really good. This one's great. So yeah, that's, I think it's an improvement. It pleases my eye. Don't tell my wife how much I spent on it, because she'd tell me I'm crazy. Oh yeah, and these pieces around the steering, that's all done. So hopefully they got everything buttoned up on that, and I won't have any surprises from that. Anyway, that's the updates on the wagon. So this is an overdub audio of what you're watching in the video now. This is just a follow-up of what occurred after the repairs were done and the joy and pleasure that ensued. So when I got the car back, I wasn't going to use it right away, so we took it to our secondary garage where we store our extra cars, and just put it up there. I had been driven the car since the repairs, maybe 30 or 40 miles tops. So we put it up there, and when I went back to get it, I found it like this. The rear suspension collapsed, which means it's air suspension in the back, and the air suspension had lost its air. So there's a video here of it pumping itself back up. It takes about a minute to do that. First of all, and then, so what I did was I pumped it back up, turned it off, and I could hear a leak, so I knew it was a big leak. And it's an 11-year-old car, and it had just had a rear suspension replaced, rear subframe replaced. Maybe those airbags, just weren't up to the task of being, handled like that. So, and this is a job that I wanted to do myself, so I started ordering parts, and I got the car up and put it on our lift. And what I discovered, number one, the rear lug bolts were, I tell people they were tightened by Godzilla and their air gun. I ended up using a 4-foot long pipe on the end of my 1/2-inch drive breaker bar to get them off. They were stupendously tight. Get them off, and I see, lo and behold, the passenger side spring is not seated properly. It's cockeyed, it's off at an angle. You can see this is the clip in the body that's supposed to hold the top of the air bladder in place. It's meant to just hold it up there when the suspension is in full droop. That would be my estimation of what it's for. Obviously, it's not doing that job in the condition it's in, and as you saw, it was not in place anyway. This is that top cap of the air bladder, and you can see it's all gashed up too. And there's that in the center. There's the spot where that clip was supposed to go to hold the top of the air spring in place. So I took this, it's all out, it's on the bench. I put some air in it, and the leak was right next to where on the ceiling ring there, right next to it. It's a little hard to see in this picture, but it's all abraded there. And there's a substantial hole right where the what looks like a barcode right in that spot. This didn't happen. This isn't age-related leaks. This is improper installation leak. So this was caused by the improper reinstallation of the air bladder, the air spring. These are the lower purchase for those springs. Checked with Mercedes-Benz USA, and it turns out that yes, there are none in the country, and there is no expected date for them to get new ones in. So I cleaned these up and painted them, gave them a good coat of rust-proofing paint. They should be good to go for quite a long time. In reassembling the car, the final nail in this coffin of woe was this. I was getting ready to put the lug nuts back on the car. Everything's buttoned back up. I need to know what the torque is for the lug bolts. So I go to the glove box, open the door, pull out the manual, go to close the door, and it won't close. And the reason it won't close is because there are two little stainless steel clips, you can see one there in the picture, that are supposed to hold that piece of wood trim above it. Yeah, the wood trim, here we are. They're supposed to hold that piece of wood trim in place. However, these things were basically mangled during the removal of the old wood trim. Apparently someone tried to pry them off and bent them into this pretzel shape, which I had to correct and figure out how they were supposed to look and how they were supposed to go. And at any rate, long story short, I fixed them, they're back in, and we're good to go. So I guess the conclusion is this. Should I have taken this back to the dealer and told them, hey, look at this, look at that, you guys messed this up, showed them my evidence, and let them fix it, or had them fix it? And my answer is no, because why would I want this kind of work to be followed up by more of this kind of work? Why would I subject myself and my car to this level, this quality of craftsmanship? And the answer is I wouldn't. So I fixed it myself. The car is in good shape again. It's back to being the wonderful car that it is. And I'm happy with it again. However, this dealership experience has been just as bad as some that you hear about on the internet and other places.